so that those who couldn't attend today will be able to share this with them afterwards. So if you're not comfortable, you're welcome to turn your video off. All participants will be muted during the presentation, but then we'll open up the call if people have questions, and so I can answer those questions. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for logging in. Again, this meeting is to talk about the application intake for the pending location that we've sourced. It's located in Caledon Independent Living Residence for Caribbean Canadians 55 plus. So I just want to make sure, okay, hold on. Somebody's saying they can't hear me. Valerie's saying she can't hear me. What about the admin? Can the admin and Sharon hear me? And Novlets, can you hear me? Okay, so the admin can hear. Okay, Valerie, try unmuting your phone or your device, however you're in. Check to see if your microphone is set up and it doesn't have like a line across it. It should be set up. And then if that's still not working, thank you, Novlet says she can hear me. So Valerie, if that's still not working, then you may have to exit and then come back in and try it again. So it may be your device. I'm just sending Valerie a message here in the chat. Okay, so I'm telling her to check the microphone, or she can try coming all the way out and then try to come back in again and see if that works. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the application intake meeting, talking only about thank you, Sharon, talking only about the Caledon location. All right, so I'm first going to start with a little bit of background information. So this invitation here was on Eventbrite. My name is Camille Kerr. I'm the president of Caribbean Women's Society. This presentation is suitable for Caribbean Canadians 55 plus who would like to apply for tenancy at the Caledon Independent Living Residence. Please note that this residence is still currently pending and it is not guaranteed at this time. And also limited space is available in this location should we decide to proceed with it. Okay, so I just want to take a quick poll. Valerie, take a look at the chat. Our admin is trying to help you with your microphone. Valerie, check the chat box. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to put up this quick poll on your screen. Just one question here. Did you attend our info session or watch the recording in advance of this meeting? Okay, so this meeting is a second stage meeting. Hopefully everyone would have already watched the info session that we've been running since last Friday. If you haven't, there's still time. We're running a few more info sessions for the remainder of this week. But then after that, we're moving on to strictly just talking about Caledon because that's the one that's on the table right now. Okay, so I see that one participant has not seen that info session. So I'm gonna send it to you by email because this, a lot of questions were answered in the info session, right? And we're moving forward in the conversation. So if you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you by email again after this call so that you can watch it and cover any questions that you may have, okay? So let's move on here in the PowerPoint. So again, quick review again, who we are, what this is all about. So I'm the founder and president of this nonprofit organization. It's run by 100% volunteers. The whole reason why we started the group is because we thought it was important to take care of our own, okay? And stop waiting for someone else to take care or just pretend that people are not, they don't need help. We need to mobilize leadership-minded women. This is a women's group, leadership-minded women in our community to work together and lead change. We can't solve all the problems, but we want to start with a plan and a strategy and encourage our community to follow suit, to get involved with the strategies that we have in place. And we're also looking for new members. So if you're interested in becoming a member, the membership is ladies from youth, like from in their 20s, right up to retirees. There's no age limits. We include all the ages across the Caribbean spectrum. Our ultimate goal for the community is we want to start thriving here in Canada. Isn't that why you immigrated here? Because you were told that you'd have a better life and your children would have a good life and, you know, your grandchildren, etc. That doesn't happen by accident. Nobody gives you all the answers when you get here. You know, it takes a community working together over time, all the time. It never stops. It's a life journey where the community is sharing knowledge, what worked for them, what didn't work for them. Here, look, I found housing over here. Here's how you can get help finding a job, right? That's the true sense of what a community is. So we have a number of different accomplishments to date. I'm not going to go through them in detail. We've already talked about that in the info session. But the last bullet is right now, we're targeting a very specific barrier. With this, all our volunteers right now, the conversation is about how are we going to knock down this barrier with regards to affordable housing for Caribbean Canadians 55 plus. That's the reason why we're having these calls, because we're laser focused now on that particular barrier. All right, and again, our information is showing in orange text at the bottom. There's our email, info@ourchm.ca, and then our website, and then we're also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's the same name, OURCHM, for website, email, and social media. So the purpose of this call this afternoon is we want to provide you with details with regards to the residents, the Caledon residents, as well as pricing for the rooms. And then we want to open up the lines for questions and answers. That is the main reason why we're having this call. And then our ultimate goal at the end of this presentation is to hopefully get some applicants signing up, like even more so now that they have the details on the pricing, you're now considering applying. So this is not tenancy agreement. This is an application. This is the form before the agreement. We need a minimum quantity of at least 15 applicants. So we're going to be having these calls regularly until we meet at least 15. Once we have at least 15 applicants, then we have enough to actually move forward and secure the actual residence, the building. The building is already standing. It's an older building. I think it's about at least 60 plus years old. Big building, lots of land. The rooms are already there. They're vacant. There's no furniture in the building, but the place already has all of the rooms already. There's no construction that needs to be taking place. The bathrooms are there, the bedrooms are there. It's completely unoccupied right now. So like I said, for us to go ahead and go ahead with the leasing of that building, we need at least 15 applicants before we proceed. So a quick refresher again, I'm not going to too much detail here. We're talking about independent living residences, okay? We covered this in the info session. Okay, so again, this is really a housing arrangement designed exclusively for older adults, generally those aged 55 and over, and it's usually friendlier and accommodating to aging adults over time, not just when you're 55, but also when you're 65, where the housing arrangement will allow you to stay there for as long as you need to, and you'll have access to supportive services over time when you need them. And of course, it's a lot more compact, there's easier navigation, and there's no need for any more yard work or cooking or maintenance, like what you would probably have if you're living right now in your own home, okay, and managing by yourself. So that is just a refresher from the info session. And what we're talking about in the Caledon location is a residence, okay? The building is located on a residential street. It's a very quiet street. It's a side street. It's not a lot of activity. It's not even a lot of houses. It's probably about maybe 15 houses or so, and they're all detached houses. No townhouses on this street. No traffic barreling through on that street. It's a very quiet street. And the maximum tenancy is, there's 20 units in that building. And then of course there are multi-purpose rooms. There's a dining room for everybody. There's a living room or a lounge. There's a media room, recreation room, exercise room. So it's an all-in-one building, everything in one place. So again, another refresher, the benefits of this type of a housing arrangement is, number one, we want it to be a Caribbean housing, right? Only Caribbean people in there, Caribbean 55 and over, so that you feel comfortable. The foods are recognizable. They taste like what you're used to eating. And the conversations, you can relate to the people in the house. Safety and freedom, peace of mind. All the bedrooms will have locks, cameras around the whole building. So you don't have to worry about safety. Well-lit area as well. You can come and go as you please, right? So we want to make sure the place is properly secure so you feel comfortable going in and out of the place. human and social and community connections and activities. Number 4, convenient access to additional supportive services when you need it. And then of course, more free time to enjoy your life. That's just a review from the info session. Let's talk about Caledon now. Okay, so we have an option of unfurnished or furnished bedrooms at this location. The price, the rental monthly rate includes a parking spot, utilities, internet, 3 meals a day, fresh meals, housekeeping, and then some select programs. Like for example, maybe it's exercise programs or workshops and things like that. So some of those may or may not be included in the price, in the rental, the monthly rental rate. What you have access to on a daily basis are the amenities. So you have access to recreation. There's tennis and like an outdoor area there. There's a pond, a hiking trail, exercise room, as I mentioned, indoor rec room. So like big screen TVs, lounge area. So when your family is coming, your family and friends are more than welcome to visit anytime. There's no visiting hours, right? They can come anytime, right? Nearby to the location is a fire hall, hospital, dentist, eye doctor, shopping mall, grocery, Walmart, Freshco, No Frills, dollar store. All of those things that you're used to is within 10 minutes drive, right? So you don't have to, it's in Caledon, but it's not as remote as you might think it is. Everything is moving out north anyway. Everything is pushing out this way to north anyway. So you don't have to worry about not getting access to the things that you need. So the shared spaces, remember I said this is a setup like a house. It's a residence. It's not a commercial building. It's a residence. So it's bedrooms, and you have locks on the bedrooms, like a key to enter and lock your bedroom. But what some of the shared places are things like the bathroom, lounge and dining areas, recreation and outdoor amenities. Some of the additional services that you could add on to your monthly rate or when you need it are things like passenger pickup and drop off. We have a van where we could take people to the shopping mall or wherever they need to go. Grocery delivery. We want to schedule group outings and day trips, maybe to Niagara Falls or a wine tasting or a casino. Storage lockers. Again, we're working on getting storage lockers in one of the vacant rooms so that things that can't fit into your own bedroom, you have access to it in another room in the same building. And then of course, over time, if you need personal support workers, we can arrange for that as well. So let's get into it. So this is, and I apologize for the very old drawing here. This is a drawing from the town of Caledon that they provided us with, right? This is a floor plan of what the building looks like. So I've tried to highlight some of the main areas that I think you'd be interested in. The yellow rectangle boxes, those are the bedrooms. Those are where all the bedrooms are, the rectangular boxes. Okay, the blue ovals, those are where all the washrooms are. So the washrooms are full washrooms, right? Sink, toilet, bathtub, and shower. Full washrooms, and there's 4 of them. And you'll see that 2 of them are placed in one wing, and the other 2 ovals are in the other wing. The main area there that is really difficult to see here is kind of like grayish and patchy. That's where the laundry, the washer and dryer is located. There's also the kitchen and some multi-purpose rooms as well in the middle there. And then the big orange oval there, that is the living and dining room area. It's a really, really big space. So there'll be multiple tables, multiple chairs, multiple couches, TV would be there. It's a very open space with a lot of windows, a lot of natural light coming in there. So I apologize that the plan is not crystal clear, but I hope you're getting the idea as far as the layout of the building. Let's get into the price. Okay, so I mentioned on the info session here, I see Carol moving forward when the price screen came up. Miss Carol, move forward. But yeah, so like I said, you have the option here, furnished or unfurnished. So look at the green text. It's 2 different charts showing here, right? Room type, one is unfurnished in the green text, and you have your choice whether you want double occupancy. So double occupancy is at the time that you're applying, at the time that you're signing the tenancy agreement, it's 2 people. Maybe it's you and your sister, or you and your spouse, or you and your cousin, or you and your best friend, right? That's what double occupancy means. And if you have, so you have to have 2 from the time you're signing the agreement. And that's somebody that you know. Semi-private now, that's where you're sharing a room and potentially that person you don't know. So you're sharing that room. When you're signing the tenancy agreement, you don't have somebody else signing it with you. It's not 2 people going on your application. You're signing it for the semi-private because it's less expensive than the single, right? So it's $500 cheaper, right? I'm looking at the unfurnished chart, the top chart. So that one is $500 cheaper, but now, you know, you're going to be sharing it. There's a possibility that you're going to be sharing it. And then the single now is just a room for yourself. You're not sharing it with anybody. It's a private room. And that one is $2,500. If you notice to the last column here shows the dimensions of the room. Obviously, if you're sharing it with somebody, it's going to be a bigger room. And then we also have a single large. So this one is a single, again, just by yourself, but it's an extra large room. It's double the size of the single room. Okay, so that's the unfurnished. I'm moving down to talk now about the second chart. That is the furnished. Same type, same room types, double occupancy, semi-private, single standard, single large. But the prices are different, of course, because this is furnished. And what you get in the furnished room is a bed, a twin bed, a nightstand, and under the bed has drawers, storage drawers. So you have the choice whether you want to bring in your own furniture or you would like to rent the furniture while you're there. So you're getting a furnished room. So you're paying for the rental of the room plus the rental of the furniture. And the sizes are still the same. The size of the rooms are still the same. Please keep in mind that the prices and room sizes are still subject to change, right? This is what we have now. We don't know how many applicants we're going to have, and that may or may not affect the pricing and the room sizes. So I want to pause right there to see if there are any questions about any of that right now, the pricing or the room sizes. Let's see. Okay, I saw that Valerie is still having problems getting in or hearing me. Hopefully she's got that issue resolved. That doesn't matter. Don't worry about it, Valerie. We're also recording this, right? So you can go back. But any questions now? I'm going to unmute, or I'll turn off the lock on my end. Okay. So anybody have any questions about anything they've seen there so far? You're welcome to unmute, or you can type your question in the chat box. Okay. If not, we're going to move forward in the presentation. And this recording will also be sent to you in your email. Check your email today. Check your email today. It'll be sent to you. So if there's any questions that come up after this meeting, you know, you can still reach out to us with it. You can watch it as many times. You can share the video as well with people that you know who might be interested. Okay, question from Valerie. Are there any bedrooms with bathrooms? Right now, as it stands, there are none with bathrooms, but we are looking to add on. Okay, so what I'm saying right now is, right now as in ready to move in, there are already bedrooms ready to move in. They don't have bathrooms, but there is opportunity for us to install bathrooms into some of these extra rooms that are there. That's going to require construction. So that's phase 2. Phase 1 is to work with what we have right now, which is the bedrooms without the bathrooms in it. The bathrooms, by the way, like I said, there are 2 full bathrooms in one of the wings. Let me put that back on the screen. And then there's bathrooms in the other wing, right? So there will be 2 that are women only, and then the other 2 men only, right? So, and we'll distinguish that so that, you know, because this is a facility open to men and women, so we want to make sure that we're designating which washrooms are for whom. Novlet has a question. You're saying 2-bedroom unfurnished with kitchen? The kitchen is shared, Novlet. There's no kitchen. It's not an apartment. These rooms are not apartments. It's not a commercial building with elevator or stairs and you're going up. All the rooms are on one floor. It's a bungalow, one floor. There's no up and down stairs. And it's a house. It's a house that we're turning into an independent living residence for 55 plus. So it's bedrooms and all the other spaces are shared spaces. The multi-purpose rooms, the living room, the dining room, the washrooms, the kitchen. Those areas are shared spaces. You do not have your own kitchen inside of your bedroom. That's an apartment, right? An apartment is different from a bedroom, just like your own house now. Your own house has bedrooms, but you don't have a kitchen in it, or you may or may not have a washroom in it if you have like a master bedroom. So any questions, any more questions before we move on? Any more questions before we move on? Okay, so you're welcome to, if you think of anything, type it in the chat, or you can send it to us afterwards. Remember, it's info@ourchm.ca. Okay, so just to make sure that we're staying on time, let's move forward in the presentation. Okay, so I'm moving to the next screen. So we're offering an early bird special right now, a special promotion. Okay, so again, this is to encourage applicants. We need 15 applicants if we're going to move forward and secure this building. We don't own the building. We do not own the building. We're not renting the building. This building is just there. It's up for lease, and it's vacant and ready to move in. Okay, so we're offering a special promo. If you apply that by Friday, next Friday, then you would be eligible for the $200 off on your monthly rate for the first 2 months that you move in. First 2 months of our opening, right? So if you apply next year, August, this doesn't apply. This is an early bird. This is if you apply and you move in within the first 2 months that it's now open for tenancy, then you'll get $200 off of your monthly rates for the first 2 months. So I just have an example showing here. If you are in the double occupancy, unfurnished, the normal rate is $1,800. If you apply and you take on the tenancy within the first 2 months that it's open for renting, then the first 2 months would be $1,600 per month, the first 2 months of your tenancy. Okay, so like I said, the whole point of this is to hopefully get enough applicants that we can move forward with securing this residential building. If we don't have enough applicants, then we can't move forward. Okay, so that's the special promo that's on. It's an early bird special. Any questions about the early bird special? Everybody understand what that means? So the application is coming to you after this meeting by email. Check your email today. Whatever email you used to register for this meeting, that's where it's going. Okay, so you'll get the info session if you missed it. You'll also get the application to apply. And you're not paying anything right now. There's no down payment or anything at all right now. The application is only asking for standard information. Okay, no money down. We don't need your credit card. We don't need your bank information. None of that right now. We don't need any of that. We only need that when you're actually looking to move into the place. I'm talking about an application and it's just asking for basic information like which room are you looking to rent, what amenities do you need, and all of these, like that kind of information, that kind of general information with regards to what type of room you want to reserve. Once we have reserved at least 15 units in this building, then we can move forward. And at that time, now we're coming back to you and saying, okay, well, now we need the information that's required for a landlord. The proof of income, reference check, bank account, those things a landlord needs, right? We're not the landlord. Right now, we're just trying to reach out in the community and see if we can get enough interest in the location. All right, so any more questions? Let me see, I think that was the last slide. This is the last slide, yeah, it is. Okay, so and let's stop here. Let me see how many minutes we have left. Okay, we have 6 minutes. If anybody has any questions again, I'm gonna put up a poll in the meantime while you're thinking about your questions. I'm putting up another quick poll on the screen. Okay, so the question here is, will you be submitting your application for this residence during the promo? The promo is, remember, the first 2 months, $200 discount per month. Okay, so do you think you're going to be, based on what you've heard, do you think you're going to be applying? There's no money required. I don't need your banking. I don't need your social insurance. I don't need proof of income. None of that, none of that. Are you considering applying now to have your name on the waiting list and to reserve a spot for you in that residence? That's what we want to know. And then we'll go from there. All right, so let's see if there's any more questions while you're filling out that poll. I'm checking the chat box here for questions. Okay, so again, don't forget that the price, the monthly rate includes utilities, it includes internet, It includes 3 fresh meals a day, and it includes housekeeping. That's what your rent is covering. Whereas before, if you're living on your, if you're living on your own somewhere, it's probably, you have to pay additional for those things, right? You have a hydro bill coming, or you have, what do you call it? Heat or water, or taxes, property taxes, right? All those things. There's no maintenance fee, like if you were in a condo, right? So this is different. This is covering all of those day-to-day expenses. Okay, so any other questions? I don't see any other questions. For those of you who answered no to the poll, no, you're not thinking about applying, if you could kindly share in the chat, or maybe if you're comfortable sharing, what is it, where did we lose you? What is it that's not accommodating to your needs at this time? Because we have to consider that too, right? What is it that you're looking for that we're not offering here? Is it the private bathroom? What is it? If you're comfortable sharing that, you can even send it to me directly so that not everybody can see it. You just, in the to field in the chat box, you just put Caribbean Women's Society and it will come directly to me if you're not comfortable sharing that. Okay, so, and also don't forget that, right now we're talking about Caledon, but over time we're looking to, we're collecting feedback from the community about, if it's not Caledon, where are you looking to live? And then based on what the feedback is there, we start looking into to those other areas as well. That's why we asked you on your original, I think, form, which area you're looking to move, right? So this is the first of many properties that we're hoping to have as affordable housing, an affordable alternative for Caribbean Canadians 55 plus. Okay, so please check your email. Please check your email after this call. There's information coming to you there as well, right? The application form. I saw some people said that yes, they want to move forward and apply, which is great. Because like I said, 15 is our minimum before we move forward. So in the meantime, make sure that you have info@OURCHM. Save it in your email contact list, because we're sending you updates like that. You're getting, up-to-date, fast updates that way, right? So make sure you have our email and that it's not going into your junk mail or into your spam mail. And we'll just keep you posted over time, right? Because we're going to continue to have these calls. If you know anybody who's interested, invite them to these calls. And then we'll let you know how it's going over time, if we're meeting our minimum number of 15 applicants, and what happens next, and so on. Okay, so if that's all, I want to thank you again for spending your 30 minutes with me on your Wednesday afternoon. Enjoy your afternoon. We'll keep you updated on what's happening. And you know how to contact us, right? It's at info@OURCHM.ca. Someone asked if we have a phone number. No, we don't, unfortunately. We're all volunteers. All these volunteers are working from their own private houses. I'm at home right now. This is my room here, my office with Caribbean Heritage Month flag. So we check the email. We have volunteers who check the emails, because we don't have our own number. All our phone numbers are our private family home numbers. So just reach out to us by email and we respond really quickly there. Okay, so thank you everyone for logging in today. Enjoy your afternoon, and we will be in touch very shortly. Take care, everybody. Good day. Have a good day.